The heavy clouds above shifted restlessly as Adam and Athena moved through the industrial wasteland toward Nathan's stronghold. The path was a twisted ruin of machinery and charred earth, with jagged metal protrusions and smoldering ash rising like the teeth of some ancient beast. Adam felt a chill sweep over him, one that had little to do with the temperature and everything to do with the encounter he knew was waiting. Beside him, Athena moved with fluid silence, her metallic body casting faint reflections from the distant fires dotting the landscape. Her stealth sensors scanned for mines buried beneath the rubble, mapping their path forward. Without a word, she activated her cloaking mode, her form dissolving into the shadows. Adam nodded, slipping into stealth mode as well. Together, they approached Nathan's domain. But as they neared the perimeter, a faint glint caught Adam's eye, a flicker of something moving at impossible speed. His heart rate spiked, and he barely had time to utter a warning before a silver blur launched out of the shadows, a mechanical wolf built to kill. "Athena!" he shouted, and she lunged forward instantly, intercepting the wolf's vicious charge. The creature's name flashed in his mind: Vega, Nathan's personal creation, a killing machine engineered with blinding speed and relentless aggression. Vega's claws gleamed, razor-sharp as it lashed at Athena's face, but she blocked the strike with her reinforced tail, sparks flying from the clash of metal on metal. Vega circled her, its movements fast and calculated, its eyes a cold, glowing red. Athena lowered herself into a crouch, mirroring Vega's readiness. Then, like a storm breaking, they attacked. The two wolves met in a savage blur of speed and violence, Vega's teeth gnashing, Athena's claws flashing as they tore at each other. Athena activated her cloaking, fading in and out of sight to evade Vega's attacks, but her opponent was ruthless, faster than she'd anticipated. She dodged, ducked, and pivoted, her form shifting with deadly precision as she matched Vega's relentless assault. Meanwhile, Adam's gaze swept the surroundings, searching for Nathan. His brother wouldn't just sit back and let Vega handle this alone, and he was right. A familiar figure appeared on a high metal platform nearby. Nathan, clad in a reinforced combat suit, watched with an expression of cold satisfaction. He raised a device in his hand, and with a click, dozens of drones whirred to life from hidden compartments, surrounding Adam and Athena in a lethal circle. Plasma bolts fired from all directions, forcing Adam to dive for cover behind a heap of smoldering debris. Athena was still locked in fierce combat with Vega, and Adam shouted, "Athena, incoming drones!" But she didn't need the warning. Her sensors caught the drone's movement, and she twisted, her tail whipping around to deflect a volley of plasma bolts, buying herself enough time to cloak and reposition. Vega leaped for her, claws outstretched, but Athena reappeared behind it, her mouth-tail striking fast and clamping down on its hind leg, metal grinding against metal as she tried to tear the joint apart. Vega let out a mechanical snarl, bucking wildly, but Athena held firm, her claws gouging deep into its plating. Just as she was about to sever its limb, Vega twisted violently, kicking off her chest with blinding speed and sending her skidding backward. Athena barely had time to regain her footing before Vega was on her again, relentless in its pursuit. As Vega lunged, Adam took the opportunity to focus on Nathan, who was still directing the drones from his perch. With a fierce determination, Adam activated an EMP grenade, aiming for the drones circling above. He threw it with precision, and a ripple of electric pulses cascaded outward, short-circuiting half of the drones in mid-flight. Sparks showered as the machines crashed to the ground, and for a moment, the barrage of plasma fire ceased. Seizing the chance, Athena launched herself at Vega, her movements quick and lethal as she closed the distance. She was a blur of metal and fury, her claws slashing through Vega's exposed circuits with ruthless precision. Vega staggered, its shoulder plate hanging loose, revealing vulnerable wiring beneath. But Nathan wasn't done yet. With a snarl, he activated a secondary set of drones, heavier and armed with explosive rounds. Adam cursed under his breath, ducking as an explosion tore through the debris beside him. The shockwave threw him backward, and he landed hard, his vision swimming from the impact. "Athena!" he shouted, regaining his focus, but she was already in motion. Locked in brutal close-quarters combat, Athena and Vega grappled, biting and clawing as they fought for dominance. Sparks flew as Athena's claws raked down Vega's back, peeling back layers of armor to expose the vulnerable circuitry underneath. She lunged, her jaws closing on Vega's neck, clamping down with a force that threatened to sever its connection to Nathan's control. Nathan's voice echoed across the battlefield, a command laced with fury. "Vega, break free!" With a surge of power, Vega obeyed, twisting out of Athena's grip and leaping away. It moved faster, its damaged systems sparking as it targeted Athena's weakened flank. But Athena wasn't done. She activated a new ability, a high-frequency pulse that rippled through her body, destabilizing the area around her. The pulse struck Vega, scrambling its sensors and leaving it momentarily disoriented. Adam took advantage of the opening. His eyes narrowed and he aimed carefully, waiting for just the right moment. With steady aim, he fired, the bullet striking Nathan in the arm. Nathan staggered, the shot tearing through his suit and shattering his focus. Vega stumbled. Its connection to Nathan weakened just long enough for Athena to move in. With a fierce snarl, she lunged, her mouth-tail wrapping around Vega's leg with crushing force. Her claws sank deep into its core, ripping at its circuits as she tore through its last defenses. Sparks erupted as Vega's systems overloaded, its metallic body shuddering before finally collapsing in a heap of smoking metal. Nathan's expression shifted from fury to desperation as he watched his creation fall. With a snarl, he drew a plasma blade from his belt and leaped down from the platform, closing the distance between himself and Adam in a heartbeat. Adam met him head-on, his blade drawn as well. The brothers clashed, metal meeting metal in a brutal display of skill and strength. Nathan's strikes were precise, controlled, each one designed to kill. But Adam fought with a ferocity born of years of torment, fueled by the need to end this once and for all. Nathan snarled as their blades locked, his gaze venomous. "You think killing me will save you?" Adam's jaw clenched as he forced Nathan back, slamming his brother against the wall. "It'll save a lot more than just me." Nathan's eyes flickered with fear, but his arrogance flared, defiant to the end. With a sneer, he raised his free hand, pressing a hidden button on his wrist. The ground beneath them trembled as a series of explosives armed themselves, their timers ticking down mercilessly. Athena, seeing the danger, moved with desperate speed. She activated her hidden compartment once more, revealing a set of needle-like projectiles, each tipped with concentrated EMP charges and plasma destabilizers. With lethal precision, she launched them at Nathan, who barely had time to react. The projectiles struck him, the EMP charge frying his suit's circuits and paralyzing him in place. His hand twitched, still hovering over the button that would trigger the explosives, but he was immobilized, his eyes wide with fear. Adam seized the moment. In a final, decisive motion, he plunged his blade into Nathan's chest, his brother's final gasp echoing in the silence that followed. The hatred and cruelty that had fueled Nathan for so long faded from his eyes, leaving only emptiness. The battlefield fell silent, the sounds of combat replaced by the quiet hum of machinery winding down. Adam withdrew his blade, breathing heavily as he took in the aftermath. Athena, battered and sparking, limped over to his side, her gaze unbroken despite her injuries. "It's over," she said, her voice low and resolute. Adam nodded, his face a mixture of relief and grim satisfaction. Together they turned from the remains of Nathan's stronghold, leaving behind the twisted legacy of a man who had sought only power and destruction. As they walked through the ruined wasteland, Adam felt the weight of the battle lift, though he knew this victory was just one of many they would need in the fight ahead. But with Athena beside him, he was ready to face whatever came next.